I'm Mo Matthews, and today I'm going to tell you something most business coaches won't say out loud. If you removed yourself from your business for 30 days, not a vacation, not a check-in, gone, would it run or would it collapse? Most owners answer that question with silence, because the honest answer is it would collapse. And here's the thing, no one is telling you. That is not a people problem. That is not a market problem. That is a systems problem. And it is costing you conservatively 6 figures every single year in suppressed valuation, missed exits, and decisions that should never have needed your signature. In the next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why owners stay stuck in operator mode and the 8-phase system that gets you out. This is about building the post-you machine. Let's start with the diagnosis. You don't get what you want. You get what you measure. Most of you are measuring effort, not direction. You're busy, but are you growing? If your business needs you every week, you have a rescue operation, not a business. Systems beat moods every time. When you manage by mood, you are at the mercy of your own exhaustion. When you manage by systems, you are at the helm of a machine. We need to talk about the 4 constraints that are holding you back. First, owner dependency. If you are the hero of every story, you are the bottleneck of every process. If every $500 expense needs your signature, you aren't an owner. You're a high-price clerk. Your life energy is being traded for minutia. Second, undefined accountability. If everyone is responsible, no one is. In a rescue operation, everyone is helping, but no one is owning. Decisions should be made once. Execution should happen repeatedly. Accountability is the lubricant of scale. Third, KPI blindness. Managing by intuition is just a professional way to say you're guessing. And in business, guessing is expensive. If you aren't looking at the truth numbers, you're flying blind through a storm. Clarity changes execution. And fourth, process fragility. A business that breaks when the founder steps away is just a fragile ego trip. Heroics are evidence of missing systems. We're moving from heroics to mechanics. Boring is beautiful when it prints cash. To get out of the trap, you need a different operating system. We call it the Tough Love OS. It is built on 5 core components that turn a rescue operation into a revenue machine. Let's break down the pillars. Pillar 1 is people, but not just any people. We hire for character and accountability over skill. Character is tested in the chaos, but it is rewarded in the system. The best team members are the most dependable and coachable. Pillar 2 is data. No numbers, no meeting. If it's not written, it's not real. We use the weekly truth numbers, 1 for cash flow, 1 for momentum. Data doesn't have an ego. Data doesn't have a mood. It only has the truth. Pillar 3 is issues. Healthy organizations encourage truth, even when it's uncomfortable. Unresolved issues compound like high-interest debt. We identify them, we discuss them, and we solve them. We don't negotiate with problems. Pillar 4 is process. This is where most of you fail. You hire a person to solve a problem instead of building a process. Personalities don't scale, systems scale. A real SOP is battle-tested, explicit, and owned by the team. Pillar 5 is traction. This is the weekly cadence. This is where decisions meet owners and due dates. Culture is what happens when leadership isn't there. Traction ensures the machine keeps turning without your life energy. You need a command center, a dashboard that tells you the health of the machine at a glance. Let's look at the 7 metrics every cash flow NAIR tracks. Margin, cash flow, and pipeline velocity are the top 3. Margin tells you if the work is actually worth the energy. Cash flow is your life energy, the literal fuel for the machine. If you're out of cash, you're out of options. We measure these weekly, not monthly, no exceptions. Pipeline velocity tells you if you're growing or dying. More leads won't fix a broken follow-up system. You need to measure the speed at which a lead becomes a contract. That is the heartbeat of your growth strategy. Escalation volume measures your system's fragility. If the founder is getting 10 calls a day, the system is broken. Labor efficiency tells you if your team is producing or just busy. Busy is not the same as growing. Customer acquisition cost and forecast stability. We settle for nothing less than total stability. If you can't predict your next 90 days, you don't own an asset. You own a gamble. Alignment is revenue. Predictability is freedom. Availability without boundaries destroys scale. We implement a weekly meeting cadence. Every meeting, every agenda item ends in 3 words: decision, owner, due date. If you don't have those, you don't have progress. You have a chat. We use the Stack Edge framework to focus on business clarity, growth strategy, and execution support. We ensure every team member knows their zone of power. Availability without boundaries is a trap. Structure is the only way to scale. Phase 1 is triage. This is where we perform the control audit. Control is the only real currency in business. We ask the killer question: if I disappear for 30 days, does this business still make money? If not, we stop. We initialize command. We implement the no numbers, no meeting policy. We close the gate behind us. You don't move forward until the triage is complete. We're identifying the 6-figure leak in your valuation. Triage is the work. Phase 2 is unique strategy. What is your zone of power? We look at your skills, your network, and your fuel. We build a deal box for your acquisitions or growth. We only pursue opportunities that deliver residual benefits. If it's a one-off trade, it's a trap. We focus on multiplication over accumulation. We build a post-U machine that targets B2B deals with shared risk, seller financing, and earnouts. Strategy is knowing what not to do. Control is freedom. Phase 3 is foundation. This is your data. It's the 7-metric dashboard we built. It's the infrastructure that lets you see the business without being in the gears. No guessing, no moods, just mechanics. This is where clarity begins. Phase 4 is framework. These are your SOPs. But a real SOP isn't a dusty binder. It is battle-tested, explicit, owned, and improved. We build a machine so the people can perform. Every vacancy is an opportunity. Automation first. We build the culture through standards, not speeches. Culture is what happens when leadership isn't there. If your business needs you to maintain the standards, you don't have a culture. You have a babysitting operation. Use mechanics. I learned this the hard way. I scaled too early. I lost $186,000 and almost a marriage. I was peacocking today, but I was a feather duster tomorrow. I was an investor in appearances, not assets. That was the trade, the trap. Passion doesn't pay you. Problems pay you. I had to learn that boring is beautiful when it prints cash. I had to stop negotiating with myself and start building the mechanics. That was my strategic reset. Phase 5 is legacy, moving from owner to asset. We use the old money protocol. New money is about flashy status and social media. Old money is simple homes, quality cars, and long-term thinking. Discretion over display, winning. Every dollar that lands in your hand is a seed, not a trophy. We create 2 income streams from every income-producing asset. This is multiplication. This is how you win. You're building a legacy that survives your physical presence. Look at the 12-row chart. One side is consumption. The other is service and purpose. Success is usually boring because it is repetition. Decisions should be made once. Execution should happen repeatedly. Close the gate. If your business feels scattered, the issue isn't effort, it's structure. Ideas are easy. Execution is where businesses grow. Residual benefits over convenience. Multiplication over accumulation. Residual benefits over convenience. Focus. Phase 6 is opportunity. We only pursue what prints. We use the alignment filter for every new project. If it's not a hell yes, it's a no. Only pursue opportunities that deliver residual benefits. Stop trading time for money. Phase 7 is vitality, the life energy protocol. Money equals life energy. Are you spending it or investing it? Availability without boundaries destroys scale. We build boundaries into the system. What you tolerate grows. Stop chaos. This is a marine measured pace. Consistent, deliberate, authoritative. Organizations repeat what gets rewarded. Micromanagement destroys performance. Leadership is creating an environment where people succeed without control. Period. Phase 8 is empowered. The post-you machine is fully initialized. You have stopped building a rescue operation and started commanding a revenue machine. You have achieved the FU position. You own and control the asset. You have a 60-second response system, the business command center. Your team operates on a weekly cadence where everything ends in a decision, an owner, and a due date. You are no longer the operator. You are the architect. Let's look at the logic in the real world. A senior housing operator came to us at phase 1. They were at a breaking point. 80-hour weeks, high turnover, stagnant growth. They were drowning in the heroics of daily firefighting. We implemented the 3-bucket maintenance triage: safety, habitability, convenience. We used the listing clarity checklist. We automated their marketing with AI. We stopped the owner from being the hero and let the system work. Logic over moods. Within 90 days, we reduced the owner's hours by 25% and doubled their pipeline velocity. Not through heroics, but through structure. Now, the business performs when they're gone. Success is repetition. Boring is beautiful. This is the control ladder. You start by controlling your assets, then your income. Control is the only real currency in business. Convenience is a trap. Control is freedom. You cannot scale a broken system. Build the ladder. Then your systems, your team, and finally your clients. Most of you climb from the top down. It doesn't work. You must close the gate behind you. Every vacancy is an opportunity. Multiplication over accumulation, residual benefits. Which one are you? There are two types of owners watching. The first is making a list of reasons why their business is different. Mo, you don't understand my niche. Let that sink in. You're negotiating with yourself. Stop. The second type of owner is already thinking about which phase they're in. They see the trap. They realize that if your business can't survive 14 days without you, you don't own a business. You own a job. Which one are you? Decide. Decisions should be made once. Execution should happen repeatedly. Stop negotiating. Start commanding. Say the number. Say the date. Build the machine. Time always wins. Freedom requires control. Initialize command today. If you're ready to stop managing chaos and start commanding results, you need to say the number and say the date. Then you build the machine to hit it. This is the architectural intervention your life needs. Move beyond founder dependency. Let's recap. The Tough Love 8-phase framework is the sequence to build the post-you machine. Triage, unique strategy, foundation, and framework are the mechanical architecture of a business that scales without you in the seat. Legacy, opportunity, vitality, and empowered are the destination. It's the path to a business that performs when you are gone. Stop building rescue operations. It's time for the work. Alignment is revenue. Freedom is control. That's the work. That's tough love. Align your life energy with assets that print. If you're ready to stop diagnosing and start building, initialize command. No pitch, no fluff. The actual work is all that matters now. Semper Fi. You have the map. You have the pillars. You have the logic. Now you need the execution. Don't let this be another video you watch. Let this be the strategic reset that changes your legacy. Initialize command. Semper Fi. Go to BeTeachable.com/success. Take the business and personality assessment. Initialize command. Seats for the strategic reset are limited because the work is real. We don't do fluff. We do mechanics. Apply today. Go to BeTeachable.com/success. Initialize command now. That's the work. That's tough love. Semper Fi. See you on the other side of phase 1. That's the work. That's tough love. Semper Fi. Initialize command now.